Okay, so now I'm not sure exactly what the heck I'm going to do with this thing, but I finally got it, and I'll tell you guys how I did it. These are pressed in. This is actually the Panhard bar, or the track rod bar, whatever you want to call it. These are pressed in so gosh darn hard that there's no way. I don't even know if the right tonnage of press would actually get them out, and this is what was inside. So what I ended up doing, I'll just kind of rest that there. I basically took a drill and I went all around the edge, as close to it as I could, just so you could see through it. It was all perforated. Then I went ahead and heated this up with this inside of it, got that nice and hot, and then slid this out. Of course, this is all flaming and stuff, so blew it out, let it cool off just a smidge, and then I got down in there with a hacksaw, and what I basically used for that is this little guy right here. It took me forever. It took about 1 hour on each one of these holes. Drill it out, heat it up, pull this out of here, and then I got down in here and I went ahead and cut it so that I was able to make an actual cut down the side, and then I had to use some cold chisels and a big old hammer to smash this in, and then once it broke free, I was finally able to go ahead and push this out. Got down inside this with a wire brush and then some sandpaper. And last night, before it got too late, I went ahead and coated the whole thing in clear coat, including inside here, so there's no bare metal. And now it's nice and smooth. Everything feels all new again. And I'll go ahead and install the bushings in it now. Of course, I already bought the blue one that I had on another video, installed that in my truck. And I like it. However, it's a little noisy because the solid metal eyelets that are on each side, the little universal joints, no matter how much lube you get in there, they make noise, where this will be nice and quiet. So I'm going to go ahead and assemble these, use the grease and everything that I'm supposed to use, along with the inside of this. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up, tie it up, and probably just put it up in the attic as a backup spare, but it was really bothered me, the fact that I couldn't get it out. There was no press in the world that I would use, that I could use that would actually get them out of there. So it was the old-fashioned drill it out, heat it up, pull it out, smash it out, and cut it to get it out of there. So at least I'll have a backup if I ever need it, and I won't have these parts laying around. I won't have this up in the attic reminding me that I failed trying to press that out. So if you guys want to do this, again, that's what you have to do. Drill it out, heat it up, get this out of there, get down in there and saw so that you make a slit in this, and then on each side of the slit get a cold chisel in there, smash the living daylights out of it until they pull in, and then you can go around the edge and hit it just a little bit, and then it finally lets go. So let's go ahead and put this all together so I can put this nightmare behind me. Okay, so using the old finger, it comes with this high temperature, really durable grease, this energy suspension kit here with the bushings in it. So you get that down inside there, give it a nice coat. It's really, really thick and pitchy. I'm going to put just a little bit more around the edge here, and then I have the outside of this and even the inside of the first half of this bushing all lubed up, and I'll push that into place, flip it over, do the other side, and then we'll go ahead and pick up again where it's time to go ahead and insert these. Again, I'll get this all set up, but what I'm going to end up doing is probably just wrapping it up, little plastic bag, tying it off, and then just putting up in the attic for storage for if I ever need it. But and I wish I would have known about this or even thought about drilling it out. Sure would have saved me $400. The blue one's nice that I put in there, but this would have been just fine. So let me go ahead and get the other side in, and we'll pick up where it's time to insert the center of this. Alright, so the easy part is inserting the two halves of this. It's really a nice kit. This one here, as you start to push it in, this is so tight it just kind of wants to pop it out. And this lube here has the consistency of pine tree sap. And it's really a pain in the butt. I have to keep stopping and washing my hands so I can film this. But what I'm going to do, it's kind of hard to push in, so I'm going to start it and then get it inside the vise here, crank it down and push it in. And I think that'll be the best way. And then make sure it's flush on both sides, and that should take care of this one here. So let me go ahead and get it in the vise. Okay, so I just have it lined up, and it should slide in pretty easy inside the vise, and it is. Piece of cake, man. So we'll just go ahead and crank this right on down. You can almost do it with one finger, except on the upswing. Always pays to have a decent vise. There we have it. Lots of grease there. I'll go ahead and give this another press. Make sure everything's in where it's supposed to be. It should look like this. I'll do it again on this side here. There we go. That was just a little hydraulic action due to the grease. So I can give this a bit of a clean on this side. And that's it. It's actually really a piece of cake. It's just the hour on each side. You're trying to get those out. I don't know what you'd need, man. 100 ton press or something like that to get those things out of there. But everything I tried didn't work. I ended up snapping threaded rod and everything else. But drilling around, heating it up, pulling it out, cutting it, and hammering the living daylights out with a chisel got it out of there. And man, this would work so nice. I just wish I would have thought of this before I spent the $400 on the blue one that I put on. So let me go ahead and get this cleaned up, and I'll get the whole thing done and let you guys see the finished product, and then it's time to just store it away. Yeah, I really like the lube that they give you with this kit. It'd be so nice if I was just installing this right now. I could use it inside the holes on the bolts and around the edges and stuff like that, but I had to go ahead and clean it up. And just a note, you guys ever used silicone caulking at home for any type of project, plumbing or whatever, and you notice once you get it on your fingers and you look around and it's everywhere, this stuff is the same thing, except it's really, really sticky and pitchy. So it takes longer to clean up than it did to actually do this. It would just bother me though. I don't like to be defeated, and I just kind of felt like there was some way I could do that. Now if I tackle any other bushings on the FJ, if I have something that doesn't come out using different types of methods, I can always just drill it out if I have to. And like I said, one of the big things is once you do that, make sure the inside of this raise here is actually nice and smooth and everything else. So that's it. I've got a nice Panhard bar here with no home, and I'm just going to put it up for a spare, I guess. And the bushing kit, I think it was like $20, $25 or something from Amazon. I'll put the link up there anyway. But that's it. That's something that I wanted to do, and I did. So next thing is going to be shocks and coilovers. And yep, I did go with Quick Lift Ranchos, and one of them just arrived today. And because of where this valve is, there's actually a left and a right side. So I won't get the other one till Sunday, which is a real bummer, but I'll go ahead and do this, and I have a way I'm going to put these in, and I'll show you guys that on another video. But these are basically going in to take the place of the stock.